7.62 caliber is a nominal caliber used for a number of different cartridges. Historically, this class of cartridge was commonly known as .30 caliber, the Imperial unit equivalent, and was most commonly used for indicating a class of full-power military main battle rifle cartridges. The measurement equals 0.30 inches or 3 decimal lines, written 0.3 inches and read as 3 line. 7.62 refers to the internal diameter of the barrel at the lands. The actual bullet caliber is normally 7.82 although Soviet weapons commonly use a 7.91 bullet, as do older British and Japanese cartridges. Pistol cartridges in 7.62 mm caliber. There are many pistol cartridges in this caliber, but most common are 7.62A, 25 mm Tokarev, also known as 7.62 TT, used in the Tokarev pistol, and many of the WWII Soviet submachine guns, 7.63A, 25 mm Mauser, which was the basis for, and has nearly identical dimensions to the Tokarev, but has different loading specifications, 7.65A, 21 mm Parabellum, 7.65A, 25 mm Ballcart, from which both the Mauser and Parabellum cartridges were developed, 7.65A, 17 mm Browning, also known as the .32 ACP. Revolver cartridges in 7.62 mm caliber. Some of the revolver cartridges in this caliber are 7.62A, 38 are used only in the Nagant M1895 revolver, .32 long Colt originally chambered in small-frame Colt revolvers and the Marlin Model 1892 rifle. This cartridge used a heeled bullet with a case the same diameter as the major diameter of the bullet. It shared dimensions with a .32 rimfire cartridge of the same length. Not to be confused with the .32 Colt's New Police cartridge. .32 S&W long, also known as the .32 Colt's New Police, when chambered in Colt revolvers. The original loading for this cartridge used a round nose, or flattened round nose, and was chambered widely in revolvers made in the US and Europe through WWII. This cartridge is used in several modern target pistols with flush-seated wad cutters. The short version of this cartridge was chambered in many break-top revolvers at the end of the 19th and beginning of the 20th centuries in the US and Europe. .32 H&R Magnum is the only revolver cartridge in this caliber which is in wide use today, mostly in small-frame revolvers. This is an extended version of the much earlier .32 S&W long, which is an extended version of the .32 S&W. .327 Federal Magnum is a new cartridge developed jointly by Ruger and Federal. This cartridge is an extended version of the .32 H&R Magnum. Rifle cartridges in 7.62 mm caliber. The most common and historical rifle cartridges in this caliber are 300 AAC Blackout, also known as 300 BLK, designed for the M4 carbine platform and Stanag magazine. Soviet 7.62 X39M, also known as the 7.62 Soviet, M43, or occasionally .30 short comblock, designed for the SKS and used in the AK-47 and AKM assault rifles and RPK and RPD light machine guns. 7.62A, 40 mm Wilson Tactical. 7.62 X45 MVZ. 52, made solely for the Czechoslovakian VZ. 52 rifle, replaced by 7.62 X39M, 7.62 X51 NATO and its civilian variant .308 Winchester, sometimes incorrectly described as .308 NATO by persons mixing English measurements, used by some civilians, with metric measurements used by NATO. 7.62A, 54 MR, another Russian cartridge that was first used in the Mosin-Nagant rifle since 1891. The modern versions of the cartridges, to this day, are in wide use in numerous world armies as sniper rifles and machine guns. .30-06 Springfield, U.S. military cartridge for both World Wars and Korea, known as the 7.62x63 in metric measurement. .30 carbine, used in the M1 M3 carbines, sometimes called the 7.62x33 .303 British, used in Lee Metford and Lee Enfield rifles, known as 7.7A, 56 mm in metric measurement. 7.7A, 58 mm Arazaka, used in the Type 99, Type 2 and Type 4 rifles. 7.65A, 53 mm Argentine, used in various Mauser bolt-action rifles, primarily in Belgium, Turkey and Argentina. .308 Norma Magnum. .300 Winchester Magnum, used by many hunting sniper rifles, sometimes called the 7.62x67mm. .300 Lapua Magnum, 7.62x70mm. .30-378 Weatherby Magnum. .30-30 Winchester, a popular deer hunting cartridge, typically used in lever-action rifles, such as the Winchester Model 1894 and Marlin Model 336, also adapted to European sporting guns as 7.62x51mm. .30 A Blazella, used in break-action rifles for hunting medium to large game. 30 TC. See also, List of rifle cartridges, 7mm caliber, category, 7.62mm firearms, M14 rifle, references, Holt Budinson, The Old Three Line, Still a Great Value, Guns Magazine, NOV, 2006, 30 TC.